OER course conversion projects that's happening at CFL. There's a follow-up presentation after my presentation, which shows or showcases the final product of one of the projects that's going on. I'm Deepak Bhartu, and I work with the Center for Flexible Learning as an open education design architect. So if you're around for the opening remarks by DVC Cole, he alluded to the course, the projects that was made available through a special funding from SMT. Just to give you a bit of a background in regards to that project. So after the OER policy was developed, CFL approached with a proposal to SMT to say that we need to work ahead and then pilot some courses to go into the area of OER and look into this aspect. And a grant of 200,000 was made available to us in the to be made available for use in the area of open education. So based on that grant, what we did was a call for expression of interest was circulated to all staff within the university to submit a proposal in regards to any of the materials or courses that they were interested in converting to OER. Now, the goal of that particular initiative is basically, again, to increase the adoption, adaptation, and creation of OER by USP faculty as stipulated in the policy, to increase student success through zero textbook costs, and also to reduce the time and cost of course development. Of course, academics would know the time it takes to create materials at times, and so the idea is, again, to try to reuse the materials that are available. Again, there are many aspects in relation to that. You need to identify whether it's fit for purpose for your needs, whether things are available for your discipline, as what PVC has mentioned in his presentation. So the scope of that particular grant was as follows. So there were 4 categories made available to staff, and staff were to make a proposal based on whichever category best suited or best fit them. So there was a grant of up to 3,500 made available to revise existing courses to integrate OER or free library materials. So these are existing courses within the university, and if faculties were not using open materials in their courses, they had the initiative of, they had the opportunity to go ahead with the initiative and include OER. So again, the money allocated was a reward for taking out time and moving towards that. Then another category was develop, which had 5,000 attached to that. So create new courses using OER. $7,000 was allocated to author, which is basically publish a new OER textbook from existing OER, or basically creating your own from scratch in order to replace the prescribed textbooks in a particular course. And then the last category was any other category, or basically that did not fit in the first 3. Then it was made available through special projects, and so that was vetted as depending whether it was relevant or not. So in terms of applications, we received about 30 to 35 applications, and then a committee sat down to vet the applications. From there on, 25 projects were selected, and then the grant was made available to these 25 projects. Now, these ranged from a wide variety of disciplines, so not just in one area of study. So we have courses involving mathematics, chemistry, engineering, and so forth. So the status of the project as yet is, so in category 1, we have 11 projects. In category 2, we've got 2 projects. For the third category, authoring a textbook, we've got 10 projects going on. And of that, 1 has completed, which again will be showcased in the next presentation. And then we've got 2 special projects going on as well. The projects, most of the projects are expected to be completed by May 2018 or even earlier. So the idea is that the courses or the materials are made available before a course is offered next. So most of the courses are in offer for semester 2, 2018. So we hope that by then the materials are ready for use for students. Now, again, going back to the policy, it's not just about getting projects up and running, getting it done and forgetting about it. We've got a research element associated with this project to talk about, to look at certain issues. And I guess the panel will trust the panel to talk about more of these and see or come up with better ways in trying to get some answers to these questions. So questions like, what are the reduction in cost to students in the adoption and use of OER in the courses? That is what we are putting forward. There may be cost reduction, there may not be cost reductions, and so forth, and so on. So these are questions, not necessarily easy to answer, but we based on the projects and the outcomes, we'll try to forge ahead and collect data to say whether we've been successful or we are somewhat successful in our vision to trying to minimize ultimately the cost to students in accessing resources and so forth. So that's pretty much it for me in regards to the projects that are going on. We, again, like I said, most of the projects are in progress at the moment. And if you need or if you want to access more information about these projects, feel free to contact me and I should be able to provide you with information about these projects. Thank you.